14100 Airline Highway, St. George, Louisiana. As always, I'll stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Councilwoman Cook.
Here.
Councilman Himmel.
Here.
Councilman Edmonds. Councilman Heck and Monticello are absent. We have a quorum. Approval of minutes of the June 10th, 2025 council meeting. All council members have received these minutes and have reviewed them. Council? Make a motion to approve by Councilman Himmel. Second by Councilwoman Cook. Anybody opposed? Minutes are approved. All right, our presentation from RBTS Program Director on monthly financial report. Come on, Brandon.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Council, included in your packets is the monthly financial report. You may notice there was a second chart added this month, and that is to account for our sales and use tax that we received through the Special Revenue Fund. And there was also two additional statements included to reflect the Special Revenue Fund balance sheet and income statement. So once all the legal expenses and all other legally mandated expenses are paid for by the Special Revenue Fund, those sales tax dollars will transfer over to the general fund. If we skip back over to the general fund statement of revenues and expense, you'll see on page 5 the total expenditures year to date is 3.5 million on a budget of 6.8, and we're in the month of May, so it's 51% through our budgeted expenditures. So we're in great shape to meet the Local Government Budget Act by end of fiscal year. If y'all have any questions, feel free.
On to introductions. Introduction of ordinances for public hearing on July 8th, 2025. Number 1, to amend Title 9, Chapter 4, and to enact Title 10 relative to the special events and to provide for related matters. And number 2, ordinance to adopt a general fund reserve policy and to provide for related matters. Zoning Commission item for public hearing and action tonight. Number 1, CU 25-02. Conditional use permit for the Dunham School Early Childhood Center, 10.18 acre property located at 9611 Segan Lane between Briar Hollow Drive and Natchez Court on Track B of the Elizabeth S. Warwick property in Section 38 T8SR1E GLD, East Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The applicant requests a conditional use permit and to add a new use of educational institution in the A2, which is single family residential zoning district. Applicant Dunham School on behalf of the chapel on the campus. Commission action, motion to recommend approval with conditions by Marion, seconded by Thornton. Yeas were Billy Aguilar, Jason McAllister, Bobby McKee, Lori Marion, Travis Thornton. Nays were 0. Motion passed. CU 25-02 was recommended for approval with the condition that the engineering department was satisfied with the circulation plans. Our engineering department has received these circulation plans and they have approved them. This is a public item, so I'll open up the public comment period. If anybody would like to speak on this item, now's your time. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. Council? A motion to approve by Councilman Evans, second by Councilman Himmel. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Items for public hearing and action. Number 1, ordinance to enact Section 1:1201 of St. George Code of Ordinances relative to criminal background checks of mayor or city council appointees and to provide for related matters. This ordinance is pretty self-explanatory. It's an ordinance that requires anybody that's appointed by the mayor or council in any city capacity that they have to go through a pre-hire background check, correct? Okay. So I will open up the public comment period on this item at this time. If anybody would like to speak on this, now's your time. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment period on that item. Council, motion to approve by Himmel, second by Councilwoman Cook. Any opposition? Hearing none, ordinance is approved. Number 2, resolution to approve month-to-month lease of 5,819 square feet on 11207 Proverbs Avenue, St. George, Louisiana, 70816, and to provide for related matters. We gave a presentation at our last meeting regarding this particular property. The next item is also going to include this property as well. So the next item is actually a purchase of this property. There's an open space that's currently unoccupied there. So in order to get our administrative services and staff in there sooner than later, we also agreed on this temporary lease for that site, which would potentially move all of our staff and folks in there as early as next week. And that will be temporary. The lease will run itself out once the purchase agreement and once the whole purchasing process and we close on it is final. So that's kind of the gist of the temporary lease. It's once again, it's 5,819 square feet, fair market value at $18 a square foot. I believe the total is $87.50. Brandon, is that what it is? $87.50 a month on the temporary lease. So once again, I'll open up this item for any public comment if anybody would like to speak on that item. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. Council? Well, we have to make a motion to approve this first. Motion to approve the temporary lease by Councilman Himmel, second by Councilman Emmons. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item, resolution to approve agreement to purchase commercial property located at 11207 Proverbs Avenue, St. George, Louisiana, 70816, and to provide for related matters. So obviously, same piece of property. The final sale price on the purchase agreement is $2.915 million, which is right under $150 a square foot for that property. Like we said before, we had Mr. Travis Thornton gave a great presentation last meeting on all of the comparable data in our area, compared purchasing to leasing, and how fiscally this is just a much better option for the city. And at the end of it, we have an asset instead of essentially paying somebody else's note on a piece of property that we'll never own. So I will open up the public comment period at this time for that item if anybody chooses to speak. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. Council?
I thought Travis Thornton did a great job on the presentation. You really explained everything so well, and I think that this is a great move. We finally get to put IBTS in a good space with more than one bathroom. So I make a motion to approve.
To approve by Councilwoman Cook, second by Councilman Edmonds. Any opposition to that item? Hearing none, sounds like we have a new home. Item number 4 is also related to this, but this is a resolution to amend resolution adopted on December 10th, 2024, giving preliminary approval to the issuance of not to exceed $20 million of revenue notes of the city of St. George, state of Louisiana, and provide for other matters in connection therewith. Sherry, can you explain that, please?
Yes. This is a matter that was already approved by the bond commission, but the uses were for operational cost. And so it will go back to the bond commission to be able to use the money for acquisition of the immovable property. We have our bond counsel here if you have any other questions, but it does not change the amount of the debt.
I will open up the public comment period on that item at this time, if anybody would like to speak on that. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. Council, do you have any questions for the bond attorney or Sherry in regard to this? Okay, well, Motion to approve by Councilman Himmel. Second by Councilman Evans. Anybody opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. Now we can pay for our new home. Last item under this is number 5, resolution to authorize the implementation of employee benefits for city employees and to provide for related matters. So the policy that's being adopted is twofold. One of it deals with health insurance. So, we really don't have a whole lot of city employees. Because of that, we don't qualify for group rates. So dealing with several brokers in the area, we came up with an alternative. It's called a health reimbursement arrangement. Essentially what happens is that any qualified employee qualified by the policy is able to get qualified medical expenses reimbursed through the program. It's the parameters and guidelines are set up by the federal government. There's a limit to how much the city can put into it. And once again, this isn't a salary thing. This is all non-taxable dollars that have to be qualified through a third-party administrator that qualify under the IRS guidelines for qualified medical expenses. The other part would be the retirement piece of it. So most cities go with a defined benefit plan. Okay, it's whether you're teachers, whether you're a parochial worker, whether you're a municipal employee, they tend to go that route. For us, if we would choose to go that route, it's kind of twofold. One is that the employer portion of the municipal employees retirement system is 30%. So the employer would have to pay 30% of the employee's salary to go into a retirement account. The second part of that is that municipal employees retirement system is currently 65% funded, which means they have 35% of their system falls under unfunded accrued liability. And by law, if you're a member of that system, you have to carry a portion of that debt on your financial statement. So a little forward thinking here and trying to stay away from mistakes that were made in the past of other municipalities and not building this long-term debt and liability. We chose to go a little bit of a different route. And this would be a defined contribution plan. So in this plan, what would happen is that the city would contribute 10% to the employee's retirement in a 457. And then in the 401A, the city would match up to 5%. So the maximum exposure for the city in this plan is 15% compared to 30%. The employee participatory match is a minimum of 5% in that. So it takes what we would traditionally do in a municipal employee system and essentially cut it in half for here. So it's an employee-owned benefit. And what I mean by that is that the city has no liability for that plan post-employment. There is no post-employment benefit. There is no post-employment liability that a lot of these municipalities run to. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal right now, but when we're all dead and gone 50 years from now, and St. George might have a lot more employees, we just wanted to kind of set the foundation in the beginning for people to understand that if you're going to be a full-time employee or official of the city, that this is the route that we're going to go. So that's the policy. I will open it up to public comment on that if anybody would like to make public comment on that item. Seeing none, we'll close the public comment period. Council? Motion to approve by Councilman Himmel. Second by Councilman Edmonds. Any opposition? Hearing none. Resolution is approved. Other business and announcements. Next city council meeting is Tuesday, July 8th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Just a little word on that is that we'll have the council meetings here for at least, I would say the next 45 to 60 days at a minimum. The idea is that we're going to eventually move our council meetings to the new building. We'll give you all plenty of advance notice before we do that. But and also July 8th will be the first official meeting of all newly elected council people, as well as myself. The next city council meeting after that will be Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025 at 5 p.m. We have a Board of Adjustment meeting Monday, July 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Our planning commission meeting is Monday, July 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Our zoning commission meeting is Monday, July 7th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And this upcoming Tuesday, the swearing-in ceremony for the upcoming term of office will take place on Tuesday, July 1st at 6 p.m. at Grace Life Fellowship Church, located at 10210 Barringer Foreman. It's open to the public. I'd love to see you there. More the merrier. If you've never been to Grace Life Fellowship Church, it's a beautiful building. They have a wonderful area where the swearing-in ceremony will take place, so we're very excited about that. And that's all I have. Unless council has anything else. Well, hold on. I gotta ask for it first. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn by Councilwoman Cook, second by Himmel. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, meeting is adjourned. See y'all next month.
60.